Just as Captain Marvel Mania has the world primed for the ultimate event in Marvel Cinematic history, we've gotten one final trailer for Avengers: Endgame. It has action, it has emotion, and... wait a minute? Everyone's got new, matching suits at the end of this trailer. This requires some serious breakdown, but in the meantime, take a look at the photos above and below. Gotta start with Captain America on this one, because he's the first one we see in the suit, and it's all for a good reason. The de facto leader of the Avengers, he's going to have the most pressure on him during Avengers: Endgame to deliver in this conflict to end all MCU conflicts. Sporting this new suit, which is a color scheme that uses white as its primary note and a crimson red as an accent color, he certainly looks quite authoritative. But check out the rest of the team in these threads. Here we've got Paul Rudd, Scott Lang, Ant-Man front and center in this frame, with Karen Gillan's Nebula and Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye flanking him in this walking shot. If you had any doubts about this previously goofy superhero taking his place on this team, let this image put them to rest forever. Before Nebula and Hawkeye do it for you, seeing Don Cheadle's Colonel Rhodes, War Machine, as well as the returning Hawkeye, standing side by side ups the ass-kicking potential here. Both men have a look on their faces that indicates great loss, and an even greater motivation to strike back at Thanos for what he's done to the universe. The decimation took its fair share of victims, and losses are felt on all sides, but these two look the deadliest when it comes to their intentions. Last, but not least, you've got this prime shot featuring Nebula a second time, alongside Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, and Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark joining the fray, between Natasha going back to her crimson-hued hair, and Tony actually being back on Earth, alive, and ready to fight. There's a lot we're trying to unpack in this image. But one thing is for certain, these new suits aren't just here to look pretty. In fact, they probably have a very specific purpose to them, which is revealed as you break them down visually and pair them with some of the rumors flying around Avengers: Endgame's potential plot. The two big plot components that might explain these new Avengers: Endgame suits are the alleged usage of time travel, and the potential meeting between Ant-Man's Scott Lang and Hank Pym in 1983. Looking closely at these new suits, they look similar in design to Scott's Ant-Man suit, and the usage of the particular hue of red in those suits just ties it all together. So if the Avengers are going to go time traveling together, it looks like everyone is ready with the right duds for a trip through some quantum realm time vortexes. Of course, one has to expect that there will be a helmet piece to these new suits in Avengers: Endgame, as not only will everyone need to pressurize their suits and protect their heads during any ensuing battles, but they also might have to keep their faces shielded during the action. While each suit does have the Avengers insignia on them, this is discreet enough that they won't be able to be identified at long distances. At the same time, teammates will know who's fighting with them, so it works that way as well. Keep those theories in mind, as you watch the Avengers: Endgame trailer again. Because, you know you're totally going to click the video below and do just that. Don't fight it, folks. These new suits look ready for travel through space, time, and anything that could be thrown at the Avengers. And they're certainly going to need all the help they can get, with Thanos already causing tons of devastation, and promising to unleash even more before all is said and done. Avengers: Endgame heads to theaters on April 26, 2019.